What's good, America? Welcome to another episode of Hood Politics with your host, Sterling Hall. Today we're going to talk about privacy, but let me introduce my panelists. To my left, we have Zilla the God. To my right, we have Dub X the General. And to my far right, we have our suburban opinionist, Melody Scramling. Now, like I said, we're going to talk about privacy today. We've got a big issue with the Freedom Act replacing the Patriot Act, and how exactly are you going to feel safe if the government can access your phone data at will at any time? Who'd like to get the ball rolling today?
Well, my personal opinion is the government has their hand in everything. I believe the government can access everything in your phone anyway at any given time. They're just going to be allowed to raid you and arrest you and do whatever they want to do because they're going to have proof now that they're going to be allowed to present once they okay it. So that's what it is basically. They're just looking at all this evidence like, hey, if we can present this, we can lock everybody up. But as soon as they get to okay, that's what's going to happen. I believe that they've been doing it for years anyway.
Okay. So let's be honest about something here.
What's going on, y'all? It's your man Dub X, the General, First Team International, and this is Hood Politics. Today, we got my homie
Timothy Bridges.
All right, what's up, Tim? Hey, all right, so the question is, how do you feel about the government getting all of your cell phone information, emails, things like that, all your personal information, and being able to look through it?
You know what, first of all, that's invasion of privacy, you know what I mean? And I think that it's a way to keep tabs on us. For whatever reason they want to keep tabs on us, I have no idea. But, you know, it's a violation, you know what I mean? And we don't have that privilege to look into government things and find things out. We can find out small little information or whatever, but for the most part, we can't dig deep like that. And for them to have everything on us, all of our, you know, contacts and, you know, pictures and social media and all of this stuff, and you know what? That's why I'm kind of skeptical about social media as well. Like, you got to usernames, you got to do all of this and all of that. To me, it's just a form for them to get information on you. We see it as entertainment. It's not entertainment to them. It's a way for them to keep tabs on us. So, no, I'm not buying it, man. I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? And from now on, I'm going to be a little bit more careful with what I put out there myself.
Roger that, roger that. Okay.
Or total privacy and complete security at the same time. It doesn't exist. Because in order to stop all of these different plots and plans and things like that from happening, you do that with intel. You don't gather intel by saying, hey, can I please look in your emails, Mr. Terrorist? Do you mind if I take a look through your phone, Mr. Terrorist? Mr. Terrorist, can I please? I suspect you, but I don't want to tip you off or anything, but I suspect you. So let me go and look through your stuff real quick and make sure nobody is funding you so you can come and blow some shit up here in the U.S. You can't do that. In order for this to happen, and a lot of people say like, well, they passed it under our nose without our permission or without us knowing. They ain't passed it under my nose. I keep up with this shit. It's your responsibility. Nobody's going to swoop in and fucking save you. You have to take some fucking responsibility for your own ass. Keep up with things like that. Quit worrying about Sierra, Future, and their baby daddy, baby mama issues. Quit worrying about Drake and fucking Meek Mill having a fucking Twitter and diss beef, and worry about the shit that is actually affecting your damn pockets and how you move. So it didn't pass under my nose. I kept up with it, but at the same time, why make this big thing going against it? What a lot of people don't understand is in 2006. And please don't kill me for saying this, U.S. government. Love you guys. Work for you. Remember that. But in 2006, well, in 2001, 2002, a plan was talked about that was going to be enacted in 2006 that would see reconnaissance, infantry, and MP units rolling into the biggest crime-ridden cities in America and wiping out criminal elements. Do I think that was a bad plan? Absolutely fucking not. You see what's going on right now? In Cleveland alone, we've averaged 3 deaths a week for the past month and a half. Why would we not want to wipe these sons of bitches out? You know how we get that information as far as who it is that we need to wipe out? This exact act that we're debating right now.
But how do you feel about, and this is for everybody, how do you feel about bulk collection? Just the fact that looking for somebody else, now they've said, hey, we're going to go through your records too, since you're one of the 1,500 people whose phone data we've collected just to find one person.
Doug Ferguson, do you feel like it's okay if the government goes through your phone and gets information that they need?
No, it's not. It's invasion of our privacy. It should be against the law.
Okay, why do you think it should be against the law?
Because it's an invasion of everybody else's privacy, and they have no common respect towards other civilization people in order to go through our phones. They should have permission from us in order to go through.
Okay.
How else do you expect it to get done? You don't just look. You don't. I can't take all of y'all right now and put you over here and say, I know one of you might be on some bullshit, but let me pick her because she's a girl. It's not how it works. You set it up to where keywords and phrases stick out, and you grab the information that's associated with those words and phrases. So if you're not plotting to blow up a government building, what the fuck are you worried about?
Good point. Now, Zilla, as a rapper, you deal with a lot of propaganda, hip-hop police, beefs, and everything else involving your social life. How do you feel about this?
I feel like I said before, it's happening anyway. They're just looking for permission. And when I want to speak on what Dub was saying about wiping people out, I feel like that's a bad look. That is basically you okaying the purge to happen. Like, that's what the whole outlook on the purge was anyway. They were cleaning up the streets, getting everybody out there that they don't like or that they think was doing something, selling drugs, with a situation that they were brought up in the wrong situation to begin with, to be forced into the life of crime. A lot of people don't understand that if you're not from that area, if you're not from that life, if you didn't grow up in it, then you don't understand anything about it. So doing what you got to do to make it to the next day, doing what you got to do to make it to the next meal, you don't understand it. And if you've never been through it, you will never experience it and never understand why people do what they do. So the government just saying, hey, he's doing something wrong, and you don't know why. They don't care why. They're just they want the okay to arrest this guy, get him off the streets, and do what they want to do. Now, terrorists, yes, kill them all. I don't care. But the point is if somebody's just trying to get by day, that's what they want. They want to purge. They want to clean up the streets. So that's what I think it is. I think it's just okay for both sides. They're going to say that we're looking for terrorists, people robbing banks, but they're just going to okay everything for everybody so they can just purge on who they want to purge on.
That's first of all, that's wrong on like damn near every level. Because no, like in reality, one, because the purge was a bunch of people, just random ass people killing random ass fucking people.
I wasn't doing but exactly that. But okay.
At the same time, nobody passed the Patriot Act to bust the weed man. Nobody gives a fuck about shit like that. The Patriot Act is for high level intel. Nobody passed this gigantic government bill with hundreds of fucking parts to go and bust Lil Ray for selling a pound of weed. Nah, they didn't do that.
Don't worry, Ray. We're not going to snitch on you.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody did that so they can go and get smoke from, you know what I'm saying, like up the block where he meeting his connect and all that. Nobody did that shit for that. They did this shit because they want to track weapons. They want to track money. They want to track all of this that's being funneled into these different terrorist organizations to fund this shit. And then beyond that, to even make the assumption that it's like open season on everybody is ridiculous, because
all you gotta do is look at the facts of what's going on around you.
I gotta keep the ball rolling here. Melanie, being the person that's not from that area, that doesn't deal with this on a day-to-day, how do you feel about bulk collection of you?
Hi, this is Melanie Scrambling, and I am here with
Diane.
And we are yet again asking more people on the street about privacy. So, Diane, how do you feel about the government being able to look into your phone?
Not good at all.
And why is that?
It's none of government's business what's on my phone or in my phone, or if that's possible, or for them to look at me through my phone.
Well, kind of like backtracking to what he was saying with like the terrorists and weeding out people. To me, like the government is a bunch of professional people. Yeah, they might be going through your stuff, ferrying stuff about you. But to me, invasion of privacy is them leaking that everywhere. Is telling everybody about that. If you're a government official, you're an official person, you're going to be professional, and you're not going to be doing that. To me, weeding out people like that, that's not an invasion of privacy. That is called an investigation. They're investigating. Okay, they may be weeding you out. I mean, nobody, the police, government officials, nobody is like, has like some magic like orb and was able to like figure this stuff out. Like, it takes an investigation to figure things out. So it's really not an invasion of privacy, really. It's just an investigation, really. If it's leaking it, then that's what the invasion of privacy is. If it's you're leaking it all over the place.
And I feel more pissed off about that little Snowden coward that, you know, kind of let everybody know, like, you know how much information or whatever was lost because of the shit that it is that he did, talking about, well, we're the U.S. government is doing this in different countries and blah 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 blah. They're doing the same shit in our country too, but you don't see any of their high level tech guys coming and leaking any of their information. Like, that was a bunch of bullshit.
Joshua Vianti here from Hood Politics. I am with the lovely Tasha Williams. All right, my question for you is, how do you feel about the government going through your phone, the Privacy Act? Do you think they have the right to see your text messages, see your pictures, and get access to all your contacts and all your information?
No, because we deserve privacy. Period. Flat out, it's wrong.
Why do you think it's wrong, though?
Because you never know. I mean, me as a woman, there's things I put in my phone that I might not want you or anyone else to see, and it's for me. Like, so.
I dig it.
Speaking of leaks, I'm glad you brought that up, because now we're going to go into something for the conspiracy theorists, hackers. Groups like Anonymous.
I love Anonymous. I fucking love you guys. I'll buy you a beer, but
Hood Politics is non-committed to Anonymous, but the views of my colleagues reflect their own views and not Hood Politics. But thank you for hacking the government anyways. Speaking of which, with Anonymous, it's been known that they've hacked into government websites. It's been known that they've hacked into big billion-dollar companies like Sony, Chase, national banks, government-regulated offices. I guess my question would be, how do you feel with governments holding our information when we have this threat of outside anti-government groups leaking in every day and stealing information? It might not be our physical data, because that's theirs too, but the fact that if they can get in and steal weapons designs, let people like Snowden leak out, how safe is our information with these people?
It's as safe as it's ever gonna be. Like, the thing is, now people may not like it, but we live in an age where everything is accessible. It just depends on the person that it is that's trying to access it. So you can't, there's no way that you have nothing that it is unless you write it down on a piece of paper and lock it in a safe that has nothing electronic attached to it and buried in the ground where nobody has ever seen you go to, which is impossible with traffic cameras. That is the only way you will ever have an idea that is not in your head, or information that's not in your head that will ever be completely yours. I have yet to hear about Anonymous doing something that I disagree with. The officer, the entire police precinct that was responsible, in my opinion, very responsible for the death of Sandra Bland, didn't bring anybody forward to charge or anything like that, and Anonymous released all of their information. I applaud that. Same thing with the police in Sanford. Anonymous released all of their information with that stuff that happened down there. I applaud that. I have yet to hear of them doing anything that it is that I'm against. Meanwhile, you have, let's just be honest, fuck it. China and Russia fucking hate us. We have had to deal with them. They have had to deal with us for other relations, other persons, whatever. But anybody who has any idea of anything that's going on in the world, we were cyber attacked a couple of weeks ago and found a way to flip it. And instead of our stock market taking this gigantic hit like they wanted, China's stock market took this gigantic hit. China's the only country on the planet that can shut down 50% of our operating systems before they ever put boots on the ground in the U.S. And all of a sudden, all over the country, all of this shit starts going wrong at one time when somebody has a disagreement with a Chinese diplomat. Come on now. Let's be honest. We know where the fuck this came from. So I have yet to see anything or hear anything about Anonymous that I disagree with. And
we're going to take this into a completely different field because we know a lot of people are going to have things to say about this, and feel free to leave comments in our comment section on YouTube. This next question is personal in-home privacy. I'll ask you this. Do you feel like it's okay for couples to go through each other's phones?
No, it's never okay to invade somebody's privacy just because you're married or in a relationship. It's not giving you the right to go through somebody else's phone without their permission. Period. That's just not cool.
And there you have it, folks. Not cool. Not now. Not ever. With their phones being left around for others to view. We live in a world full of social media and sharing, but exactly how safe do you feel with your partner going through your phone?
I'll let y'all go in on this one.
Melanie, I'd like your opinion first.
And now, how do you feel about your significant other being able to go through your cell phone whenever she or he wants to?
I feel like that's horrible.
It's horrible?
My significant other can go through my cell phone?
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible.
No.
That's the only word I can think of. Horrible.
It's one of those things. Like, part of me sees the reason why no, you should not trust your significant other to go through your phone because it's your phone. But at the same time, if you're hiding something, you don't want them looking through your phone. I'm one of those people that I'm stubborn. So if you're gonna accuse me of doing something and then I'm actually not doing it, I'm gonna be the first one to say, look through my phone, take my phone, look through it. I guess I'm just stubborn in that way. I kind of don't see the point of it being such a big issue going through each other's phones. But then at the same time, that is privacy. I could have private conversations with people. I just think it's to an extent. You should let your significant other go to an extent. Or actually be, watching them go through your phone just so you know what they're looking at. But I guess that's just me being the girl.
No, I agree. Definitely agree.
How do you feel about your significant other going through your phone? Do you feel like that's private too, or too private for your significant other?
No, I don't mind him going through his phone. I go through his phone. So I would be mad if he did.
Okay, I love your answers. Thanks again.
Rolling it? Rolling. What's going on? It's your man Dub X, the General, First Team International, the Hood Politics. In the middle of shooting interviews, something happened. We don't know what. We're about to find out.
I think that if you have nothing to hide, it shouldn't be a problem with somebody looking through your phone at all. There is a lot of times that people confide in people and want to tell people stuff in secret.
If the government's still led, do you feel your significant other should have the right to go through your phone?
No, because we still have our privacy that we should keep and respect each other. There should be a trust level anyway. There should be no reason for me to have to look for something that, we're in a relationship. So, we still deserve privacy, basic bottom line.
And the guy just fell down, but that's all right. Thank you so much for this interview. This is nice meeting you. Thank you.
I had a friend tell me about some stuff that I did not know anything about him for years. I'm like, wow, how long has this been going on? And I don't want anybody to know. I don't want family members, girlfriends, anybody to know what he just went through, personally. So it'd be kind of wrong for her, what the fuck? Oh, shit, it's just So basically, besides anything like that, why not,
Do you have that same outlook when it comes to your significant other being able to go through your phone, email, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever?
To me, it has to be boundary set. Like, if you guys agree on that, then cool. But I still don't think anybody should have that privilege, you know what I mean? Because it's just stuff in there that, you know what I mean, is private. It might not even have anything to do with your relationship or whatever, you know what I mean? And I think you could be married to somebody for 20 years and they not know everything about you because they're not supposed to know everything about you, you know what I mean? So even on that, I think there's a certain limit, and no, I don't think they should have full right to do that, no.
I have the password to my girlfriend's phone. She has the password to my phone. At any time she can pick up my phone and unlock it. Anytime I can pick up her phone and unlock it. But the very funny thing about that is, I don't pick up her phone and unlock it. She doesn't pick up mine and go through it. The fact is that she can if she wants to, and I think for her that's enough. She is like, all right, well, why would he be doing some shit that he has to hide when at any point, and when I leave, I get up out the room, if I'm not on my phone, I don't take my phone with me wherever I go. I'll leave my phone on the couch or on the table or whatever. So unless I'm on it, you know what I'm saying, like I'll leave it. So I think the fact that she knows that she can, you know, is enough for her. The fact that I know that I can is enough for me. I don't, you know, if somebody is on the phone or I'm texting or whatever, and she'll look over if I'm texting, I don't, if she's right here, I don't text like this, you know, or like if I'm driving and my phone is sitting on my leg or something, and somebody will call or somebody will text, I'll be like, here, you know, text him back and tell her I said this, or text him back and tell him I said this, and she can do that, and that's not a problem. But for most people, if most people traded phones for a day, they'd be single after that. You know, I mean, and that's not just a meme or something that somebody just puts on Facebook just to say to entertain people. It's the absolute truth. You know, so I feel bad for a lot of y'all, honestly. Like I do. Like, I feel bad for a lot of them because they have these girls that, you know, are doing things in front of them. There's no reason to look into the phone when you got a chick posting ass shots on Instagram every day. You know, there's no reason to look in the phone when you can look at your girl's Facebook post and she says, oh my God, I'm so sexually frustrated. And there's like 90 guys commenting on there like, well, yeah, what you want to do about that, baby? Or some bullshit like that. But that's your girl though. Like, you don't need to, why look in the phone? She's disrespecting you right there in your face. Same thing with the guys. You know, you post a picture and a chick will comment on there and he's like, yeah, baby, like, I appreciate it, your fine ass, or something like that. Like, really? Like, he's disrespecting you in your damn face. So why look through his phone? You're not going to do anything but find more of what you already see. Then what you're going to do? Get mad. And a lot of y'all get mad just to argue at them and stay right the fuck there. So, you know, what's the point?
Good point. You all made great points.
Thank you, Cleveland, for hearing what we had to say. We're also glad to hear what you had to say. Unfortunately, we got to cut this short, so tune in next week for another episode of Hood Politics.